A kid auditioned for a singing show at 13. He failed. And 7 entertainment companies fought to sign him anyway. That's not luck. That's a specific kind of person. Let me show you who. Before the stadiums. Before Golden Maknae. Before the sold-out solo nights. He was a shy kid from Busan who once wanted to be a badminton champion. So nervous in his early trainee days that singing in front of people felt almost impossible. He was talented. That part's true. But talent is never the whole story. Through an astrology lens, his Virgo Sun explains the discipline. The part that kept correcting, rehearsing, showing up early. His Leo Moon explains something quieter underneath it. The need to be seen, not performed at, seen. Here's what people get wrong about a Leo Moon child. They think it means a kid who wants attention. Loud, showy, demanding the room. That's not it. A Leo Moon child wants their effort to matter. They want someone to notice when they tried hard. They want love said out loud, warm, proud, a little dramatic, not quiet, not implied. And that child is often shy, reserved, almost invisible in a crowd, because the performer inside them hasn't been given permission to come out yet. Jungkook was exactly that contradiction, the youngest of 2 boys, a warm, close-knit, home in Busan, and before singing, before dancing, he dreamed of being a badminton player. A different stage, a different crowd waiting to see if he'd win. Then he saw G-Dragon perform Heartbreaker on TV, and something shifted. Not I like this song. Closer to I want to be looked at like that. At 13, he auditioned for Superstar K. He didn't pass, but 7 companies wanted him anyway, because even in failure, something about him had been seen. That's a very Leo Moon moment. The stage said no. The room said yes anyway. But the kid underneath that magnetism, painfully shy, nervous to sing in front of others, intimidated by crowds, still learning how to be brave while being watched. Because a Leo Moon doesn't start out brave. It starts out wanting to be brave enough to be seen, and feeling the gap between those 2 things very deeply. If Leo is the wanting, Virgo is the working. Virgo doesn't dream about being great. Virgo notices the flaw in the 8th count of a dance move and runs it again. Virgo isn't satisfied with good. Virgo wants to know exactly what's missing and fix it. This is the sign that turns longing into labor. As a trainee, he was sent to LA to study dance, popping, hip-hop, urban styles, and the pattern around him got obvious fast. This was someone who treated good enough as a starting line, never a finish line. His own bandmates describe him staying in practice rooms long after everyone left. And it wasn't just inside the group. When he recorded too much with the kid LAROI in Central C, Leroy described how Jungkook decided the demo vocal wasn't right and re-recorded the entire hook. On the day of the video shoot, nobody asked him to. Something in him just needed it to be right. That's the tension at the center of this whole story. A Leo Moon wants to shine. A Virgo Sun knows shining isn't given, it's built. Take after take. Correction after correction. Alone in a room nobody is filming, Leo gave him the need to be seen. Virgo made sure that when he was seen, it would be undeniable. Now here's the part everyone skips, because we already know how it ends. At the time, nobody did. Jungkook chose Big Hit Entertainment, a small, struggling label, nowhere near the size of the bigger companies chasing him. Why? Because during the audition process, he met him, and he was struck by him. His presence, his skill, the way he carried himself. The story goes that Jungkook later showed up at the company on his own, and remembers being stunned to find this kid, with big doe eyes standing on the doorstep, 13 years old, picking his entire future based on who made him want to become something. That's not a career decision, that's a Leo Moon decision. He wasn't choosing the safest company. He was choosing the room where his light had somewhere to go. What came next was hard in ways the highlight reel skip. He left Busan for Seoul, transferred schools. He was younger than almost everyone training around him, under pressure to catch up to people with years of head start, shy, easily overwhelmed, still finding his footing in a world built for people twice his experience. This is where the older members mattered, not as a marketing detail, as emotional scaffolding. He's talked about learning from watching them, how to perform, how to recover from a mistake, how to be brave in front of a camera. Because a Leo Moon doesn't grow its light by being told to dim it. It grows when the people around it help aim what's already there. BTS became that room. The name Golden Maknae wasn't something he gave himself, or gave it to him. Maknae, the youngest. Golden, because there didn't seem to be anything he couldn't do well, singing, dancing, sports, art, even editing his own short films. But there's a detail that makes it almost eerie. Jungkook has shared that before he was born, his mother had a dream, golden rain, and everything that rain touched turned to gold. So before Golden ever described his skill, it already lived around him. Like a symbol, something precious, something watched, something expected to shine. Watch any full group performance. There's a specific thing that happens when the camera finds him. He doesn't perform the choreography, he fills the frame with it. Fans have pointed to his stage presence as something almost involuntary. Like the performance is happening through him, not something he's reciting. That's a Leo moon doing exactly what it was built to do. Not stealing the spotlight from the group, radiating inside it, making you feel something closer to pride than admiration. Not attention, recognition, the feeling that his effort finally had somewhere to land. But here's the cost. The same placement that lets you shine that brightly also makes the spotlight feel personal. When millions of people decide you're golden, ordinary stops feeling allowed. A bad day on stage isn't just a bad day. It can feel like a contradiction of who you're supposed to be. Even now, people close to him describe someone hard on himself over small mistakes. Someone who treats good as something to apologize for if it isn't his best. The same moon that made him shine made the spotlight personal. So when he released his debut solo album, he didn't call it anything subtle. He called it Golden. And around that release, he talked openly about what the nickname has cost him and what it's given him. Pride in it, but also the work of living inside it. He's spoken about wanting to keep running toward what he's chasing for as long as he can. About effort being the thing that actually makes you. Not talent sitting still. That's Virgo Sun, still working. Years later. And the Leo moon never left either. Watch how he talks about army. Not like an audience. Like people he's accountable to. People whose presence he visibly needs, as much as they need his. That's the gift this placement gives a person. A warmth that doesn't perform at people. It reaches toward them, but the cost is just as real. Being everyone's golden one means there's not supposed to be a version of him that's tired, unsure, or just average on a random Tuesday. The same need to be seen that built a global star can quietly become a need to never be caught not shining. He's not a finished product of his chart. He's a person still negotiating with both halves of it, the discipline and the need, the craft, and the craving to be witnessed. When you finally understand a child's moon, their weirdness stops looking like a problem. It starts looking like a language. Jungkook didn't become unforgettable because he was born flawless. He became unforgettable because something in him kept reaching toward the light, and Virgo discipline taught that light how to last. Past the first applause, past the failed audition, past every night nobody was filming. His Leo moon was never just ego. It was the need to give his heart somewhere honest to shine. His Virgo sun was never just criticism. It was devotion. The refusal to let the shine be hollow. Some kids need applause. Not because they're shallow, but because being seen tells them something simple and necessary. Your light is real. And when that light is protected, trained, and finally given a stage, it grows into something millions of people carry with them. Comment the word golden if you want a deeper chart reading on Jungkook. Follow AstroMental for more.